My name is Wawira Munyi. I work for Management Sciences for Health in Kenya. I'm going to speak about country-owned, country-led programming. Several years back, a donor and his team traveled to a country in Western Africa with the aim of identifying a project which, if successfully implemented, could contribute to the community's well-being. They looked around and observed that the women were traveling for many miles to the river to fetch water for domestic use, which to the donor translated into a lot of time wasted. They decided to dig a well nearer the village to ease the burden for the women. Now this they did, and after a few months of completion, they traveled back to the country. And to their utter surprise, the women had continued to go to the river. Upon inquiring why, the women responded that going to the river was the only opportunity they had to socialize. This brings me to my point. If donors could take the time to understand a community's and host government's priorities, their projects would better target the needs of the community, which would translate into community buy-in, community ownership, and in the final analysis, sustainability. When we have a sense of ownership to something, we feel the need to take care of it and do not let it dilapidate. Now back to my story. If that donor had taken the time to understand what the community needed, did a rapid needs assessment at the community level, they would have learned that what the community needed the most at the time was a health facility. And while they were busy building a well, a woman was giving birth at home without the help of a trained health worker. And in some cases, a woman and her unborn child died in the process of delivery. If there had been a health facility which was easily accessible, lives could have been saved. When communities come together, they mobilize resources to ensure that a health facility remains functional even when the donor exits, because they know that this is our health facility and we need it. Governments have matured enough to lead and manage local programming. And I'm very excited that the USAID has realized this and has been championing localization. This need not be a USAID agenda, rather a global donor community agenda. We need country-led, country-owned programming, especially in the health sector. We may just end up saving that mother, saving that child during delivery. Thank you very much.